Have you ever rewatched an old Hong Kong movie or TV series and thought, wow, this just feels different? When I look back at classic Hong Kong productions from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, I realize why they still feel more meaningful to me than many of today's releases. The actors and actresses, the storytelling, and the emotional connection has a lot to do with it. Okay, let's talk about it. One of the biggest reasons Hong Kong movies and TV series from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s feel special to me is the acting. The performances were expressive, emotional, and sincere. Whether it was a devoted parent, a loyal friend, a conflicted police officer, or a tragic lover, I get into the character and I care about what happened next. With many current productions, I simply don't recognize the actors and actresses as much, except some of them. And when the actors and actresses are not familiar to me, it takes longer for me to feel emotionally invested. But when I get into their character and feel what their feelings because of their acting is a different story. I can invest it into the story and their characters. Another big reason is the storyline. Many older Hong Kong series and movies focus on themes that feel real and relatable: family bond, friendship, loyalty, betrayal, love, and even afterlife. Take series like One Step Behind and A Good Match from Heaven. This story blend everyday emotion with fantasy elements, yet they still feel grounded in human relationship. Even My Father's Son explored deep family connection that many of us can relate to. Crime and corruption were also powerful themes. Movies like Infernal Affairs show the darkest side of society, but in a way that felt layered and meaningful. There were moral dilemmas, consequences, and internal conflicts. It wasn't just action, it was psychological and emotional. Historical dramas and comedies, fantasy romance, and legendary heroes were everywhere. Series like Take Care Your Highness, The Legend of Master Chen, and The Legend mix humor, emotion, fantasy, history, and imagination in such a heartfelt way. Even when the special effects were simple compared to today's CGI, the storytelling carries the weight. The emotional depth make up for everything. What I really like is that this series didn't rush. They took the time to build relationships. They allow us to slowly understand the characters, their motivation, fears, and dreams. So when something heartbreaking happens, it truly hit hard. Now, I'm not saying all the Hong Kong movies and TV series after the 90s or the current Hong Kong movies and TV series are bad, but personally, many of them feel more distant to me. The production quality is often higher, the visual are sharper, the technology is better, but sometimes I feel like something is missing. Maybe that emotional sincerity or that strong character connection. Some performances don't feel as natural to me, and without that emotional pull, it's harder to stay fully engaged in the story. Again, this is just my personal experience. It might be different for you. That said, I like some 2000 and 2010 TV series such as The House of Spirit, Square Peg, Life Makes Simple, and Always and Ever. And the reason is simple. They include some older actors and actresses I am familiar with. The moment I saw them on screen, that emotional connection came back, and of course that acting was good. I could invest into the story and their characters. Okay, final thoughts. For me, all Hong Kong movies and TV series are not better just because they're old. They feel better because they feel genuine. They have familiar actors characters, strong, believable performances, meaningful storyline, emotional depth. They talk about family, relationship, friendship, crime, corruption, history, fantasy, and love in ways that feel human and relatable. Hong Kong's film and television industry continue to evolve, and that is natural. Every generation has its own style and audience, but for me, I will always find myself returning to old Hong Kong movies and TV series. Okay, that's all for now until next time. If this topic resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments, hit the likes, and subscribe. And thank you for listening.